Today we're in Hollinwood Cemetery. I'm just having a look at some of the bigger graves, see who these people are. You've got Greaves family. William Greaves of Hollinwood, died 1892. Though lost to sight, to memory dear. Also Mary Jane, his beloved wife, died in 1916. She was 71. William and Mary Greaves, who's September 15th in the 37th year. In his 37th year at rest. He died in 1915. Tom, the youngest son, he died at 38. This is interesting. This one's got a violin. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it with the sun on the camera. It's William Heaton of Villa Road, Oldham. Died in 1905 at 44. Oh, and daughter of the above, who died at Long Island, USA in 1937, aged 52. Must have been a violinist. Another Greaves over there. Now this one, the thing has fell off the thing. Dunkley, Gertrude, Mary Alice, Dunkley family, 1892. Charles Henry Dunkley, Enoch Dunkley. Interesting. It's an absolutely glorious day today. Such shame we're all on lockdown, apart from our allowed, obviously. Excuse me. This one's called Horribin. William Dyson, John and Jane Horribin. They died in 1896. It's quite an interesting one. The one I really like though is over here. Do you see that angel up there? Broadbent. Now this one, well, this is quite recent, and I think there's someone still looking after this one because the gold leaf on it is still really good. So we've got Frederick. Oh, of the White Hart Inn, Hollins Road. He must have had the pub. Died in 1902, 48. Look at her, isn't she lovely? Weather worn. Franklin Broadbent. '63. Sorry, I've got a dry throat. Nothing to worry about. And then you've got Elsie. She died in 1976, February the 19th, not long after I was born in 75. So she's been dead a few years now. John Halliford of Old Lane. James Glover of Hollinwood. You know, these people have got money. I mean, I'm not being funny, but who the hell could afford that in this day and age? Never mind years ago, when people were supposedly more hard up. So these people must have had businesses. Or George Knowles of Manchester Road, Hollinwood. Some writing on the side that I can't read there. Fortunate we can get out there. left the window open on my car, but there's nothing in there for anyone to take. If they want it, take it, I'm not bothered. So for me exercise, I thought the smartest thing to do would be to just go to the cemetery. Lots of space, not a lot of people, you're not imposing on anybody, little chance of probably catching something. What do? You just got to be mindful of what's going on, haven't you, and just try and stay out of people's way and protect yourself at the same time. Now, look at this one here, Nading. Yearsley. There's got to be stories behind these graves. There's got to be. John Henry Chatterton died in 1929. Anne Ellen Hilton of Stanley Road, who passed away in 1924. If you look on Stanley Road, they're only terraced houses. I wonder if these had bigger houses that have probably been knocked down now, but I don't know. Oh, look at this one. Treasured memories of John, the dearly beloved son of Frida and Stanley Rushton. February 8th, 1960, aged 8 years. And look, the head's missing off the statue, what a shame. But I think someone's still coming to tend to this one, which is nice. Let's have a look. Ashworth. Now, this is a fairly recent one. Still tended. The first person was Eliza in 1938, followed by Isaac, Lillian, John Marland, Christopher Marland, 2009. This, I think they're still burying people in this cemetery. There's all the newer graves are over that side. Very difficult at the moment to know what to do in it. I'm having to work from home, which obviously is I'm thankful for because I've still got a job. But then you've got to make a decision, haven't you? Like, for instance, with all this social distancing now, I make the decision to, normally I'd have my lunch at like 12:30, but I've been swapping that up a little bit recently because I can. Obviously I'm putting the hours into work, I'm not taking the mick. I'm taking my allocated breaks, but just trying to be smart about it. So for instance, you know, there's a lot of people that are going into work now that are still going into work and still have to cut off at 12:30. Well, they're all going to be going out trying to get some lunch, aren't they? So I think to myself, it's probably a better idea for me to come out a little bit earlier so that when they come out, there's not as many people, if you know what I mean. I think you just got to make your own decisions, but obviously at the same time, just making sure you're doing your bit in terms of what your employer asks you to do. So I'm waffling now, aren't I? But this area down here is really, really interesting. There's some very, very old and interesting monuments here. Pickford, Lawton. Interesting. Look at that. Can you see? Beautiful. How old's that? This is the Webster families. You know, you think these were older, but they're not. They're like 30s, 1930s. I'm going to make my way back to my car shortly. I think during this particular crisis, I'll definitely be spending more time in places, you know, in the cemeteries. As I was saying, it's just a safe, I believe it's a safe place to be. There are people here obviously walking around probably with the same idea as I have, but there's loads of room for everyone to just stay away from each other. You know, these are the newer graves that are still being tended. I always think it's a shame. I mean, surely these people have got ancestors. I mean, do they not know that the graves are here? You wouldn't know, would you? I mean, it's fairly possible that I could have some, and you just wouldn't know. Unless you were told, of course. But just all these are just there, aren't they? Right, I'm going to make my way back to the car. I'll tell you what's absolutely stunning about being in here. Very peaceful anyway, and a nice place. The birds. And because there's not as much traffic on the roads at the moment, you can hear them more. The air seems fresher. That's one good thing, I suppose, that's come from this. Doing the walk now back. See anything interesting on the way back, I'll thingy. So the plan is now, I'm gonna go back home. I'm gonna count this break as my lunch break. I'm not hungry, so don't need to worry about eating anything. I had pancakes this morning and they always fill you up, don't they? So I'm gonna head back, get in the house, and then that's me for the day. Then I'm gonna hunker down as asked, as expected, and leave it at that. I'm just gonna move out so I'm not walking so close to this man. Right, leave it at that.